Hidden inside your belly, there is a kind of fat that most people never think about. It is not the fat you can pinch or see in the mirror. It is deeper, wrapped around your organs like a silent threat. Scientists call it visceral fat, and it can quietly raise your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and even early aging. The shocking truth, you might have it even if you look thin. Most people fight the wrong battle, cutting calories too hard, chasing miracle supplements, or spending hours in workouts that barely move the needle. But recent research reveals something powerful. Visceral fat is not stubborn by nature. In fact, when you trigger your body the right way, this dangerous fat can begin to shrink faster than the fat you see on the outside. Today, you are going to learn the number one simple way to start melting visceral fat in just 2 weeks. No magic pills, no extreme diets, and no expensive programs. Just one key change that flips the internal switch that tells your body burn this fat first. It is something most people ignore because it sounds too simple to matter, but it is backed by real studies and real results. In this video, you will learn what visceral fat really does to your body, how it tricks your metabolism, and how one easy daily habit can start reversing it faster than you think. You will also discover why so many popular weight loss methods fail, not because people lack discipline, but because they target the wrong kind of fat. Here is the twist. Visceral fat responds not just to diet or exercise alone, but to how your body handles sugar, movement, and stress. Scientists from Harvard and the Cleveland Clinic found that the moment you reduce one specific group of foods, your liver and fat cells start reacting within days. The changes are small at first, less bloating, a lighter feeling after meals, but they build up quickly. Some participants even saw a visible difference in their waist size after 2 weeks. We will go step by step. You will learn how to make this single change in your daily routine, how to build a small 10-minute movement ritual that boosts fat burning for hours, and how to avoid the 3 hidden mistakes that make belly fat come back stronger. By the end, you will know exactly what to do every day for 2 weeks to help your body melt visceral fat safely and naturally. So stay with me until the end of this video, because missing just one part of this method could mean the difference between real, lasting fat loss and another quick fix that fades away. The science is clear, the method is simple, and anyone can do it, even if you have failed before. Welcome to our channel, where we break down real health science into simple steps you can use to transform your body and mind. If you want more videos that actually explain how to make your body work for you, not against you, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You will not want to miss what comes next. Visceral fat is not the kind of fat you see or feel when you grab your stomach. It sits deeper, hidden behind your abdominal wall, wrapping itself around vital organs like your liver, pancreas, and intestines. Doctors from the Cleveland Clinic explain that this fat acts like a living organ on its own, releasing chemicals and hormones that affect everything from your blood pressure to how your body processes sugar. Unlike the soft fat just under your skin, visceral fat is firm, compact, and much more dangerous. WebMD describes it as the active kind of fat because it constantly sends inflammatory signals throughout the body. These signals confuse your hormones and interfere with how your cells respond to insulin. Over time, this leads to higher blood sugar, higher cholesterol, and an increased risk of conditions like heart disease and type 2 diabetes. The scariest part is that you cannot always see it or even know it is there. You might have a flat stomach but still carry high levels of visceral fat inside your abdomen. This fat builds up slowly, often as a result of small habits that feel harmless: sugary drinks, long hours of sitting, poor sleep, or chronic stress. When you are under stress, your body produces more cortisol, a hormone that encourages fat to gather in the belly area. At first, it seems like just a few extra inches around the waist, but over time, that layer thickens inside, pressing against your internal organs. This pressure does not just affect appearance, it disrupts the way your liver breaks down fats and sugars, making weight loss even harder. Doctors warn that visceral fat is linked to a higher risk of stroke, fatty liver disease, and metabolic syndrome, a group of symptoms that include high blood sugar, high blood pressure, and high triglycerides. In men, it often shows up as a growing waistline, while in women, it tends to build quietly after menopause when hormonal balance shifts. Even if your weight seems normal, you could still have a high amount of visceral fat hidden inside, a condition sometimes called TUFI, thin outside, fat inside. This hidden fat also changes how your body feels. People with higher visceral fat often report constant tiredness, bloating, or brain fog, even when they are not overeating. It can also interfere with hormone regulation, affecting appetite and energy levels. In other words, the problem is not just about how you look in the mirror, it is about what is happening deep inside your body, where most people never think to look. When people start focusing on belly fat, they often expect fast, dramatic results, a flat stomach, or visible abs in a matter of days, but that is not how the body truly works. In the first 2 weeks, you might not see a sculpted six-pack in the mirror, yet something much more important is happening beneath the surface. Deep inside, your body begins to shift its chemistry. Hormones start to rebalance, inflammation slowly drops, and your metabolism begins to move in a healthier direction. These are small, quiet victories that matter far more than what you can measure with a tape. Experts at Harvard Health point out that visceral fat often responds faster to lifestyle changes than the fat stored in areas like your hips or thighs. This is because visceral fat is more metabolically active, meaning it reacts quickly when your body senses a change in energy balance. When you start improving your diet or increasing activity, your body begins burning this deep fat first, since it is easier for your system to access. Even if the scale barely moves, your internal organs start experiencing relief as the fat around them begins to loosen. That shift alone can improve blood sugar control and lower cholesterol within weeks. So, while you might not see huge visual changes in 2 weeks, your health is already changing from the inside out. Your liver begins processing fat more efficiently. Insulin levels drop, making it easier for your body to use energy instead of storing it. Many people notice they feel lighter, sleep better, or wake up with more energy even before their clothes fit differently. These signs are proof that your body is beginning to reset. The goal here is not perfection, it is progress. You are not chasing a quick transformation. You are helping your body restore balance. 2 weeks is the spark, not the finish line. It is the phase where your system learns to shift from storing fat to burning it more steadily. You might still see bloating come and go, or the scale fluctuate, but what matters is that your body is responding quietly and effectively. When you think about fat loss, focus less on the mirror and more on what is happening inside. Every healthy meal, every short walk, every good night of sleep adds up. Those small, consistent actions are the true beginning of visceral fat reduction. Visible results come later, but the real reward, improved energy, better metabolism, and stronger health begins almost immediately. The truth is, melting visceral fat does not require an extreme diet or a complicated workout plan. The most powerful change you can make is surprisingly simple, and it starts with what you drink and how you move throughout your day. Researchers have found that the easiest way to trigger visceral fat loss is by cutting out sugary drinks and refined carbohydrates while adding more natural movement into your daily routine. This combination works quietly but effectively, addressing the exact causes of fat storage around your organs. Sugary drinks are one of the biggest hidden sources of visceral fat. Every can of soda, sweetened coffee, or packaged juice floods your system with fast-absorbing sugars that raise insulin levels almost instantly. When insulin stays high, your body shifts into storage mode, pushing extra sugar into fat cells, especially the ones deep inside your abdomen. Over time, even one or two sugary drinks a day can make your liver more resistant to insulin, forcing your body to create even more fat as protection. When you remove these drinks, your insulin response starts to stabilize within days, allowing your body to begin releasing stored fat for energy instead of holding onto it. Refined carbohydrates like white bread, pastries, and instant noodles work in a similar way. They digest quickly, causing a sharp rise in blood sugar, followed by a sudden crash that leaves you hungry again. This constant roller coaster keeps your appetite active and your fat-burning system suppressed. Swapping these foods for whole grains, vegetables, and lean proteins evens out your energy levels, reduces cravings, and helps your metabolism return to balance. But diet alone is only half the story. Movement, even the kind that does not look like exercise, plays a crucial role in shrinking visceral fat. Studies show that people who walk more, stand more often, or take short breaks from sitting throughout the day have lower levels of visceral fat than those who stay still for long periods. It is not about hours in the gym. It is about keeping your body active in small, frequent bursts. A 10-minute walk after meals or light stretching between work tasks can keep your metabolism running and prevent fat from settling around your organs. This approach works because it tackles the three main roots of visceral fat: excess calories, bad carbs, and inactivity. When you remove sugar, move your body, and eat real food, your metabolism resets naturally. Your body begins to use stored fat for fuel instead of keeping it locked away, and that change can start happening from the first week you stay consistent. The next 2 weeks are all about small, simple actions that trigger big internal changes. You are not going to count every calorie or live at the gym. Instead, you will focus on daily habits that reset how your body handles sugar, stress, and energy. Each step builds on the last, and together they start the process of melting visceral fat from the inside out. During the first week, your main goal is to cut off the main fuel source that feeds belly fat, sugar. On day one, remove all sugary drinks from your routine. That means soda, packaged juices, energy drinks, sweetened coffee, or tea. Replace them with water, mineral water, or unsweetened tea. This single change drops your daily sugar load immediately, helping your insulin levels start to normalize. Within a few days, you may notice fewer cravings or less bloating after meals, a sign that your body is beginning to shift away from storage mode. From days 2 to 7, focus on your meals. Swap refined carbs like white bread, white rice, and regular pasta for whole grains such as oats, brown rice, or whole wheat pasta. Add one extra serving of vegetables to your plate every day. Vegetables are rich in fiber, which slows digestion and helps regulate blood sugar spikes. This makes it easier for your body to burn stored fat instead of storing more. Keep your meals simple and colorful. The more natural the food looks, the better it is for your metabolism. Movement is another key part of week 1. Add a 10-minute walk after every main meal. These short walks help your body process glucose more efficiently, reducing the amount of sugar that turns into fat. If you spend most of your day sitting, make a habit of standing or stretching for a few minutes every hour. These small bursts of movement keep your blood flowing and your metabolism active throughout the day. In week 2, you will build on what you started, continue the drink and carb swaps, but now add one active habit: a 20-minute brisk walk, a short home workout, or even light cycling. The Cleveland Clinic notes that consistent, moderate activity helps the body tap into deeper fat reserves, including the fat stored around your organs. Focus also shifts to sleep and stress. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest each night, since poor sleep raises cortisol levels, which can cause your body to store more belly fat. Keep stress as low as possible. Practice slow breathing, take short breaks, or spend time outdoors. Remember, perfection is not required. Consistency is. You do not need to wait for a perfect day or perfect timing to start. Just begin. stay steady, and allow your body the space to respond. If you have any medical conditions or take medications, it is always wise to check with your doctor before making major changes to your diet or activity. As your body begins to adjust to these changes, you will likely start to feel different, not in a dramatic, overnight way, but through a steady shift that builds each day. The first thing many people notice is a lighter feeling in their midsection. The constant bloating that once made your stomach feel tight or heavy begins to fade as your digestive system calms down. Without the constant rush of sugar and refined carbs, your body holds on to less water and inflammation starts to decrease. You may find your clothes fitting a little more comfortably around the waist, even if the number on the scale has not changed much. Energy is often the next noticeable change. When insulin levels start to balance and your blood sugar becomes more stable, your energy stops spiking and crashing. Instead of feeling drained after meals, you might find it easier to stay alert through the afternoon or during work hours. Morning fatigue can also ease because your body is no longer burning through sugar at an uneven pace. The deeper sleep that follows helps reinforce this new rhythm. As you rest better, your metabolism repairs itself, muscles recover more efficiently, and stress hormones begin to lower naturally. Mood changes are another subtle but powerful sign of improvement. With fewer sugar highs and lows, your brain chemistry stabilizes, leading to a calmer and more focused mindset. People often report feeling less irritable or anxious once they cut back on sugary foods and drinks. This mental clarity goes hand in hand with physical progress. Your body and mind finally start moving in the same direction. You might also see small but clear changes in your measurements, a slight reduction around your waist, a bit of looseness in your belt, or less puffiness when you wake up. These are signs that your body is burning stored energy instead of keeping it locked inside your abdominal cavity. Studies show that even a modest decrease in visceral fat can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and insulin resistance. As the fat layer around your organs begins to shrink, your heart and liver start working more efficiently, improving circulation and overall vitality. 2 weeks may sound like a short time, but inside your body, a deep transformation has already begun. The changes you feel now, better sleep, improved mood, lighter digestion, steadier energy, are not temporary reactions. They are the first visible signs that your system is healing from within. This early progress sets the foundation for what comes next, turning these small steps into the starting point of a much bigger journey toward lasting health. When people decide to tackle belly fat, they often fall into the same traps that slow progress or even reverse it. One of the most common mistakes is believing that you can target fat in a specific area of your body through exercise alone. Many spend hours doing endless sit-ups or crunches, hoping to flatten their stomachs, but visceral fat does not work that way. This type of fat lies deep inside your abdomen, surrounding your organs, and it cannot be burned off by training one muscle group. Rush University health experts explain that while exercises like planks or crunches strengthen the abdominal muscles, they do not directly remove the fat sitting behind them. Real change happens when your whole body burns more energy than it stores, and that requires a complete lifestyle shift, not just core workouts. Another big mistake is jumping into crash diets or extreme fasting. These methods might seem appealing because they promise fast results, but they often backfire. Researchers at the University of Sydney found that when calorie intake drops too low, your metabolism slows down as a defense mechanism. Your body becomes more protective of stored energy, especially visceral fat, because it senses a period of starvation. This means the very thing you are trying to burn becomes harder to lose. People may notice an initial drop on the scale due to water loss, but soon the weight plateaus and fatigue sets in. Once normal eating resumes, the body tends to store fat even faster than before. Then there is the endless search for a magic shortcut. The supplements, pills, teas, or powders that claim to melt belly fat overnight. These products often rely on marketing more than science. Rush University nutrition specialists warn that no supplement can specifically target visceral fat. Some might slightly boost metabolism or reduce appetite, but they cannot undo the effects of poor diet or inactivity. Relying on them not only wastes money, but also distracts from the real sustainable habits that actually work. Avoiding these mistakes comes down to simplicity and patience. The most effective approach is to stick with 1 or 2 consistent changes, cutting sugary drinks, moving more, sleeping well, and allowing your body time to adapt. Every small, repeated action builds momentum. You do not need extremes to make progress. You need steady habits that your body can sustain for weeks, months, and beyond. Gradual improvements are what create long-term results and reduce the risk of regaining the fat later. You do not need to wait for a perfect Monday or a new month to begin. The best time to start is right now. Take your first step today. Remove that one sugary drink from your day and replace it with water or unsweetened tea. After your next meal, take a short 10-minute walk. That simple act might not look like much, but it tells your body to start burning, to start healing, to start changing. If you are ready to take control of your health and commit to these small but powerful habits, type "I'm in" down in the comments. I'll share a few bonus tips with you there to help you stay consistent and make these 2 weeks truly count. Remember, you are not just losing fat, you are rebuilding your energy, your confidence, and your future health one day at a time. And if you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. It lets us know you want more real, science-based strategies that actually work in everyday life. Next up, do not miss our video on how to maintain fat loss after those first 2 weeks. It will show you exactly how to keep your progress going without falling back into old habits. Here's to getting healthier from the inside out, one simple step at a time.